Okay. La 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 la. Ah. Thank you. I saw there was a Navia banner, and for a second I was like, oh yeah, I have to wish for her weapon, and then I was like, hey, I already have her weapon.
You know what? The Windbloom Festival should be coming up! We haven't been to Mondstadt in a while. Come on, let's go check up on all our old friends!
You too! Good luck with the VODs! I hate editing everything. Anything, I am too lazy. Kitty! Yeah, today you remember about me? Shit. Sit down. Is Archon Quest related to Windbloom Festival, or those are like two different events? Kitty! I got Stellar Reunion because I didn't log in for a while. Whatever you say, Genshin. Free rewards for me. It's not much, mostly cutting out toilet breaks for every simple transition. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Kitty, you are heavy. You know what? That new character that is cooking reminds me of that character, the female one, from Shokugeki no Soma. I stopped watching that anime because, well, it was crossing the line a bit. And I wasn't that interested. But I remember that woman who was so displeased with the protagonist that he was even invited to their prestigious school. Typical aristocracy, you know. Kitty, don't sit don't leave. Go. She's bothering the toys. Like, I have a set of exchangeable rod endings here on the desk, and she keeps looking into them. Okay, sure. Archon Quest and Story Quest. Okay, so I assume the Story Quest is about the Windbloom Festival. You don't have to buy them anymore? Before you had to buy every 5-star quest. Kitty! Be a nice kitty and stop doing shit. Kitty. Now, I am checking what I didn't buy. I could use the key, but it looks like I bought everything. Do you still need those keys? Because it doesn't look like that. Anyway, I assume this is the... Go to the new stand in the Court of Fontaine. Out of mixture of curiosity and concern, you and Paimon head back to the Court of Fontaine for a stroll around. Aha, okay, now I wanted to do Archon Quest first. No, wait, this is Windbloom. Yeah, this is not Windbloom. Catch up with Kururu. World Quest? Does. Anyway. Mondstadt. Mondstadt.
Add Astra.
Okay. So the start of the Archon Quest is here. Huh. Return to special story mode. Why? Let's continue quest.
Wow! The city is all decked out! Oh, it's beautiful! Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Starsnatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do.
Sus.
The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Are you breaking up with him?
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Are you an idiot?
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best love, friendship stories is already over?
I can't believe it. Maybe they're just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
Hmm.
You should see a doctor.
Yeah.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Maybe you should see a psychologist. Strange.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
Uh-huh.
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, what?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on Diluc, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Huh. I mean, it would be great.
Is that Captain Kaya?
It would be great if she moved on.
Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Wait a second. Why is everything an opposite? I am flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
I intend to, my dear, but first a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore.
In normal situation, I would be happy for her that she moved on.
If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love. But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
I understand, and I am flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see to some business, so I will take my leave. Is he running away?
Oh, Here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all, you're the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Lumine, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. So I can't teleport, I have to go there. I'm starting to miss Wuthering Waves. I could fly. Aw, Kitty, why are you snuggling to my hand?
Ah, Kaya. You found them.
Yay! Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed! What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me, you have a Note, Captain of the Second Company, Scaron, Captain of the Third Company, Eula, Captain of the Fourth Company, and me, of course, Captain of the Ninth Company. I didn't know Mondstadt had so many companies.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Jean!
Lumine, Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Ah yes, that would be the captains. You know, a few of them already, but I'm sure the rest are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine!
I can understand the confusion. You have never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on, the group of people we saw in the corridor just now. There was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team! But we didn't see him out there!
A keen observation, Lumine. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial?
What did he do? What did he do? Jean, it's time. Understood. Lumine, Paimon, come with me. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhildr, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations will ensure a just verdict in this case.
Oh, that's a new face! Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barba and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? Captain aspects of this case... Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Herta, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? It's actually kind of funny that Kaya is the one protecting him, considering that Kaya is one of the characters shipped with Albedo. Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Miss Herta, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
What?
Murder?
Why is the camera centering his neck?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Lol.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice, so is that what she was trying to tell Queen earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business, and when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body! Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right, the next day the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
not yet.
In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there is no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
Diluk Ragnvirdr. Please tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
Sounds like some failed experiments to me. I would only inquire as to what Mr. Diluk was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time, that's all. Master Diluk is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
Huh? And this is? What looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master Diluk. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
I
do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I will take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose, you don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocent without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There has been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Correspondence? Oh no, that envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation, and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
Still, the assumption that he killed someone to continue his research is not entirely correct. He could as well took already dead remains and experiment with them. He didn't have to kill anyone. Especially considering that on Dragonspine he has a lot of dead pieces of Durin.
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims, and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Huh. Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. You are stupid. They didn't consider what I said. He didn't consider that he didn't have to kill anyone. The letter states that the death is the the start of possible birth and life. But the fact that the two disposed things were bodies, then the things were found were not bodies but remains of bodies. The fact that alchemical process he was using was in relation to human experimentation, creation of humans. He could as well be just disposing of two homunculuses that were just not making the cut. He didn't have to kill anyone, and on Dragonspine, like I said, there is a lot of dead pieces of Duri that he could use to make new humans. So the assumption that he had to kill a person to make a person is kinda But I guess they are operating under the idea that he was killing people to research creation of humans. They are not operating under the assumption that he succeeded with creation of humans. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. Well, maybe Traveler should say something, considering that she took part in 2 different judgments in Fontaine. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
I mean, I still think that they could have deduced something different, even without knowing all the things that we as the player and the Traveler as the character know. Because like I said, he really didn't have to kill anyone. He could just take dead remains of a monster or an animal and experiment with life. Try to create human. Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? I mean, yeah, people don't know that, so I guess it's logical for them to assume that he never succeeded in creating anyone, because they don't know that it was already performed before. But still, they didn't go with the angle that he actually succeeded in creation of humans and was disposing of the failed experiments. They should have assumed that, not assume that he didn't create anything yet. But what? Following in Ryan's daughter's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes, you're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You will know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. I guess it may be Venti. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced, the ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite, Albedo disappearing after a chat outside the cave, but having no memory of the incident, At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Wooper flower posing as him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. Yeah, I remember that one. I didn't need a reminder of it, to be honest. La 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 la. Venti, you think about me. You wanted me to reach you the quickest way possible. Ah, Lumin Paimon, I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Where are you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Dahlia.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
He's named after Flower Paimon. It's not that bad.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
What does it mean, Herald of the Anemo Archon Barbados? Are you like his special agent? So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat.
Also, Dahlia has those eyes that indicate the Canrian lineage. We never met him before. And now suddenly there is a Herald of Barbados that nobody spoke about before. That's kinda sus that they are adding him right now, because I don't remember any mention of him before.
After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Uh-huh. Sure, why not?
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Lol. Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Lol. Ah well, I knew from the moment Rheindotir and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Krade Prince... Krade Prince? A perfect specimen of synthetic life. Krade Prince. Prince is prince, because it's German, but Krade, I don't know what that means. A perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being. that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observation with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
Lol. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, that I am supposed to deal with this. Just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it. You're very not subtle.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Ha! Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You still have help, of course. Which is why I prepared a little surprise. Haha, behold!
Ooh! Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodoko communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
Haha, we're old pals. Don't think she would care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed, your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and familiar.
In all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Barbados? Serious? Ha! You give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the animal Archon.
Really? If that's so, I wonder what Barbados thinks about that. Perhaps you should pray to him and find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
Oh, you know what? Forget about Barbados, Dahlia. Treat me to a drink instead. You wouldn't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
I guess they created second instance of Mondstadt so they wouldn't have to tweak how it looks like. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone. But Barca once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Lumine Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Wait, what? Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He has been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? No, we would like you to launch an investigation of your own. I will continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help his case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. I will look into the case on my own. I know you will get to the bottom of this, Lumine. You have never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you. We can finally enter the second floor? Wow! Wow! Magic! You can jump down from here. I wonder if people created this building in The Sims already, because it looks like it would be possible.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright, I have some work on my own, so I will leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya. Golden rose in a frame. Why do I have a feeling that this represents Rhindottir? There's also a hourglass with pink glass. Alright, let's see what we can find.
Investigate the book. There is a stack of books on the desk, mostly related to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy! Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Investigate underneath the book. After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Investigate underneath the desk.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opened. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Investigate the paper. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the unknown project, I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine could be involved somehow. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. Two of them marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in the last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Can't we just go to Dragonspine? Dodo, dodo, dodoko! Is this how it calls?
Oh, Vent is calling! Let's answer!
How is the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he is one of Rhine's daughter's creations, there would be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Rhine daughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness. And the evidence you just found, let's just say it, could convince even those closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was faked. And the notes also sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I don't know, but I want to.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the fact. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
Can't we just go to Dragonspine again?
Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Didn't he say that he was sleepwalking?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Not so quick!
Hold on! You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but you kept saying, let's go see Jane! I don't want to see Jane. I want to investigate the dragon spy.
Only in the grip of winter do people truly appreciate the warmth of flame.
What is she talking about? About winter?
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Did you see that? Her ability is countering the dragon spine. Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. Well, this hole doesn't look like it. But the hole is completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. and I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I will carry out my duty to the best of my ability. And he again. Mild. Yeah, he is sus. It almost looks like he's spying on her.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Ah, you too. Let me know if you're ready and we'll head out. Ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhildro, will once again oversee the proceeding. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Ms. Herta represents the prosecution and Mr. Kaya speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. That I now bring this trial to order. Miss Herta, have the investigators make any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselman, male, 46 years old, marital status single, occupation hunter. Consistent with the conclusion in the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to the lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. Diluk found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
I get the feeling that Rosaria is trying to hint at something.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act.
Did you consider that Mr. Houseman was already dead when Albedo used his body for experiments? I mean, it would be desecration of the human body, but not a murder.
In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one? Huh.
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too. I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master Diluc. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place.
Why did you say it out loud in court?
If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
Why is Miss Herta at the center of everything of this? She also seems to have some beef with Albedo. I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. Master Diluc just ignored that she has crush on him and that she said it in front of all those people? The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
If Miles comes as the next witness and says that Albedo is not a true human, I will flip.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on the subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
Oh no. The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the descriptions in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Herta, you have presented a meticulous and convincing case, I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentions brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Lumin, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you have visited the third location marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? The first marked location. Interpret. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury bodies there. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. The second market location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery, where Diluc saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. Diluc described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There is no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Diluc found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. Human remains. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belong to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness accounts suggest that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And does that mean he's the killer? The third marked location is in Dragonspine. We only knew about it because we found the map in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside, but there was no body or any remains whatsoever. The differences between the marked locations. Albedo marked these three locations on the map, found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities in the differences between them. Based on what we know, all three locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seem big enough. But unlike the first two locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the third location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't that the case in the other location? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the third location has been longer than the other two. But if the hole at the third location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Dragonspine ecosystem. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Most people know Albedo as an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team, but in truth he is the Krade Prince, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, called Rheindotter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will toward humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. Encounters in Dragonspine. I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait a second, someone who looks exactly like him. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too, it's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I would like to address the court, if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial. Ah, Jesus, wait, I need to beat the cat off. Give me a second. Meow! You will live! Another new character.
Hey, you're all together?
In a relationship sense? Maybe in the future. We don't know each other that well yet. What would he do if I lose?
That was amazing.
Why are you talking like this?
My mind is finally clear. I feel strong. I feel happy.
What? One? This was not sex, but you talk as if it was. 2. It kind of sounds like it. 3. I now discovered that vampires are easy. Like, let him drink your blood and he'll be happy forever. I mean, till the next dinner. It's like a definition of being easy to date. Like, he drinks your blood and he gets the endorphins and he's like, woohoo! And you have no problems anymore. Ouch.
Oz, reveal! Don't be scared! Shatter! Speed of light! Nowhere to hide.
Stretch your wings and raise a storm! Goodbye. But we'll meet again.
Ah, come back! Come back to me!
You give, you receive.
I want a date. To give up! Good, I didn't! I have seriously no idea what's happening on the screen, but I am glad you have fun. This is gacha game, so every character I get, I have to kind of play a one-handed bandit for it. So, depending on my luck, I may get someone, and this is someone I wanted to get! She was on the banner! Yeah, thank you, welcome! I was worried, because there were like 85 for guaranteed character. I would have to pull 85 times to get her, but sometimes they are dropping early. So it was like 40, and she dropped. Thank you very much! He wants to still. Stop staring like this, I will hate it even more. Stop. I like ships that start at odds. It's such a drama. I love the drama. Delphia is so not impressed. Me too. Don't know that if she was here, she would be like, God damn it, man. Get it together. Go to bed. And this scares me that my character is looking straight at me. Stop! Don't look at me. Should we be nice or should we be real? Nice and real. Nice real. Our wall has been broken, yeah. Hello, Lumine. Your name is Mari in this world. She sees into your soul. Yeah, she's staring straight in my soul. I feel scared. I don't see the game. What happened? I see the black screen and I don't see anything. What is happening? Huh?
Dinner's gonna burn.
Was the best Jedi to fight Grievous anyways because of his lightsaber? Yeah, I watched the videos on YouTube about that. I really like him. He is sexy squid. Why he has to be a Jedi? He's too sexy for a Jedi. The same with Queen Lanvo. Quit the Jedi Order, come to me.
Whatever you need, ask.
Kislana, I only need you. Kislana, whatever I need? We'll talk about this later. Which one should I choose? Oh, no!
I have a long list of demands. Galactic powers to topple, enemies to destroy.
That's a good start. But I did have a few other ideas in mind.
I'm sure you do.
I love it.
Ready to face the rest of the galaxy?
This is so nice.
Sovereign song halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dwergar invaders near Lake's Edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
I already did that.
I admit, I like...
Okay, I am back. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the third location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the third scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the third location weren't fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Lumine.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out. There is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location. And the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Lumine's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Herta, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies for each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine. Did you say that you didn't kill a person before?
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Herta. The story doesn't end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation, where I killed him instead, and buried the body on the mountain, the third location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area.
I feel like this is the first time Archon Quest makes a direct reference to an event that was timed.
If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Miss Herta, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So someone who happens to look exactly like you. Exactly like him. So I was right, it does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. I see, and it appears I need to withdraw my testimony. Wait, what?
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Huh?
Wait, you...
Uh-huh? I told you that Herta had a beef with Albedo.
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you too.
As you can see, this is Herta, the logistics captain of the Knight of Pavonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
Haha.
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Mm-hmm. Order in the court! I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies, the dragon Durin. Several hundred years ago, the dragon of the east, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle, and with help from Barbados sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle.
Lol.
You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Herta I know.
That means nothing! By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the albedo in this room of being an imposter! How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real albedo long ago! Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Oh.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
Sus!
No, my head. It hurts.
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Night of Pavonius failed to mention the scar on Herta's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? I should say all spawn of Durin's life force have that ability. A powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will. Yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act. Because you're worried using that power could affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it because in this network of living beings you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Oh?
Hey! They're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away! Stop her! Don't let anyone stand in your way!
There are others trying to get in! Must be more people under her control.
Time to get moving, everyone!
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
It's time. All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk. But before I explain the events of the past few days, I would like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as a part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master Diluc picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Yeah, I was actually looking at Diluc and being like, Because the Diluc I know is always the best informed person in the room. Wow, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed, follow me. So the trial was just a trap for the imposter. Slimes. Monsters!
What? How are there monsters in the city?
They are all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not, we have been preparing for this. We have been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced the Mondstadt. And so we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course! Where's our first stop?
The top of the city wall. Yeah, we are in special instance. The situation seems worse than I anticipated. I must do my part to help. That doesn't mean you have to fight. Doing what you're good at is more than enough. I am starting to ship this dude. Oh, Mona!
Master Jean, headquarters should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
Good. Our intel suggests that the monsters from Dragonspine could be disguised as Mondstadt citizens, so be sure to exercise caution. Oh, and my divination revealed that there are also regular people under the influence of some strange power. Not all of them are monsters. Yet, yes, so for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure to figure out what you're dealing with.
Understood.
Pam param param pam 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 param param.
Captain Albedo, honorary knight, and your floating companion.
Some of the people around here are acting strange. Be careful.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have managed that on our own.
I hope everyone's all right. We really appreciate the help.
Go to the city center, go to residential area, go to the angel share. Okay, so those are optional stuff.
Transfixed. Lupical, it's you.
Come a little closer. Don't be such a brute.
Phew, it's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Lol. Unleashing lightning on people? Ha, no. Once in a while maybe, it sure feels good to let loose though. Ha, my old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's ways, after all, and mine was a gentle old man from the Spantamat school. So you see, this time I only used gentle methods of electrocution, so gentle even Jean would have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
Lol. What are you teaching that man? You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Ah well, it's good to move about every once in a while.
Huh. Gentle.
Hold firm! Drag another wardrobe over here.
Vile beast, the Imenarcry shall not tolerate such a transgression. Hey, Fasho!
Ah, that's the traveler's voice.
You arrive at the most opportune time, vassal. Sword at the ready!
Coming to be! Live! Moment of birth!
Oz, reveal thyself!
Fear not, the full monsters have been cast into the void.
Mein Fräulein means to say that you should refrain from going out for the time being. We will continue to protect this area.
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But, I've never seen a bird that can, talk.
Ah, no need to worry. I'm Mein Fräulein's humble servant. Please rest assured, I'm not a danger to you.
You can trust them, I promise.
Oh, no, of course. I didn't mean it that way at all. I just misspoke.
No matter. My vassals have unfinished duties, yes? Then go forth and smite these wretched beasts. The princess Sin's blessing shall illuminate her path. Fire! I see fire! Sucrose! Mr. Albedo, Lumine! Everything good here? All good. A few monsters made it into the city, but Master Diluc and Mr. Kaya helped me take care of them. Not long ago. Did they cooperate?
Freeze!
Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Burn! This moment will be frozen in time.
Swirl.
Time for retribution!
Is that Kaya? No.
Where are all these monsters coming from? My sword hand is cramping.
Wait! I think that's Captain Kaya's voice! Maybe he's coming to help! Just hang in there! Frostbite.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Fantastic job defending this place, you two. We'll take it from here.
Oh, Captain Kaya, Swan is...
Hey, I'm fine. It's your leg we should be worried about.
Swan, Lawrence, you should both get treated at the church. Don't push yourselves, we'll take care of things here.
But, Master Diluc, didn't you leave the Knights of Favonius?
Is it important now? What? Are knights the only ones capable of defending this gate? It's fine, Master Diluc is just altruistic as always. If a civilian's willing to help out, who are we to turn him away?
Understood. We're grateful for the support.
Yeah, thanks a million. We'll be back soon.
I have some spare time right now, so I was planning to make some potions to help the people fighting. A sound plan. Remember to be careful. I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle, retreat to somewhere safe. Don't worry about the front line. Understood. Provide a mobile support. What, I am a car? Venti!
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone is coming. Help me, please, someone help me.
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, thought you were a regular citizen. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I will treat you to drink for your trouble. Haha, just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
Does it mean that you can, force Venti to do something heroic if you promise him wine? People can make new friends when we are not here, you know. Monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Ooh. So all those people that are monsters are dead? Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. I guess it was in favor of his research in the end. After we defeated that doppelganger Wooperflower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener, I remember. I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2. In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Wooperflower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine, so you see, at one point there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence, but those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Havania's headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them until finally it surged to the surface and seized control. That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do we do? We can't go around hurting innocent people!
That's why I am here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. We'll use the power of Anemo to restrain them for now. That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? Yes, so if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity for example, keep it to yourself, okay? Alright, this should do it.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many!
There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we'll succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Oh, you know, just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness Lumin, Paimon, and Albedo found me, got me out of a tough spot. Ah, right. Now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other area. Did you see how his eyes moved? Thanks, friends. May the Anemo Archon protect you, said the Anemo Archon. I've got things covered here. Where's Diluc? I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Get back! Phew, that was a close one. I suppose thanks are in order, Master Diluc. I appreciate the help. No need, I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh? Well then, let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Ah, because of the fake Herta. No, because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master Diluc, when do you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming! On second thought, best not to think about it.
Verdictors! Ha!
Aye, aye.
Cool it! This moment will be frozen! Burn! Don't get frostbite! Freeze! Verdictors!
Aye, aye.
Time for retribution!
They're over there! Diluc, Kaya!
Every time Kaya says, you will melt my eyes anyway, I am here like, did you hear about melt reaction? If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other location. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I am not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, he has had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet!
Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. Camera is doing whatever it wants.
Let's dance.
Alright, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front line, so I will escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I will leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time. So I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine and he's our authority on that region, so we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city is going to be in danger. Yes, but the Knights of Pavonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then we'll protect you. Don't worry, I will look out for myself, I promise. Please, let them be okay out there. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Oh, of course, coming. Oh, Noelle, I forgot about you. Bennett. Amber and Mika. They're here, prepare for battle! On guard, everyone! Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock! Looks like we have got 25 Hilichers, 2 Blazing Axe Metachurls, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. Your elemental countermeasures.
Hey, go fairy bunny! Get him!
Oopsie.
No escape!
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Ah, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead.
Lol.
And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that's quite a scary thought. I get chill just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you and you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there, I was so worried. Same here, I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know, Amber? Then it seems Eula did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two, I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Eula, alright? She is like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well-known and reputable without being too high-profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. Ah, so that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
What?
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me, and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
What? Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we are talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in the skies, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. Didn't you just broadcast this? It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due, it was all well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed, and I have you to thank for that, Lumine. You probably don't know it, but you have been a part of the plan since the beginning. But I didn't even know there was a plan. And for that you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover. Someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for a Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Herta subject, too, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her, the perfect time for us to strike. Obedo is right, you were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. Please don't be too hard on Obedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The honorary knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aww, that means a lot.
In that case, thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It is us who should be thanking you, honorary knight.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Oh, these darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hound. Obedo, Lubin, if you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to the Cat's Tail. I'll be here to watch over things so the tavern will be safe. Thank you, Diona. We'll be sure to do just that.
Gotta say, when I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here?
If you're looking for somewhere safe, head to the Cat's Tail. Diona is sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
Got it. I'll take her there right away.
Come into being! Burst forth! Feel this ancient power.
Time to clean up.
Thanks for the help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I will keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. Eula.
It's all my fault. I knew Klee was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
There is a pyromancer on the loose! You need to beware!
Explain what?
Albedo! Traveler! Paimon! What brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? You can tell me anything, I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Just tell us, there is nothing to be afraid of.
Klee, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up, please.
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright, fighting first, conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second. Crush!
Burst forth! Moment of birth!
Beg for mercy. Those bombs. I see what you mean. She is not to be underestimated.
You only learned that now? Klee could destroy this entire city! We won! Great work, Klee. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem, just leave it to Klee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Klee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping? Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right. So I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula would be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
LOL! She's playing along! Hehe, it would be an honor. Klee will do her best. Aw, so cute. I'm dying of cuteness. Is dying of cuteness even a bad thing, though? Like, I can die. As long as it's cute, I can die. I don't care. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare, injury-wise? Good. Our preparations paid off. Injured are few and far between. I have the full record here. Wonderful. I will review it in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone alright?
Amber?
Yep, right as a rain. Eula's first thought is always Amber. This is so not straight. We are back! Klee kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. Eula was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back safe and sound. And great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Oh yes, of course. We can talk about it back at headquarters. Lumin and Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone who has finished their work should head back to their quarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pie. Yes, yes! Hi, everyone! Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Oh, well, wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? Ah, no, apologies, just forget I said anything. Haha, just kidding, but you're right, it was tough one there. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course, I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up an anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but observing subjects' two emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer mother's only child. For her most perfect creation, it's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child mother needs. This mindset arose out of Durin's instinct to compete and survive and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling. It's close. Oh? Miss Fonia here to make your report?
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? And why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well, because you're under Durin's influence and you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared, I will figure out a way to free you from his power soon. Restless as a child. Alright, the others are looking after Fonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over, what do we do now?
What happens next is more of a personal project. I have consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Ah yes, that's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hexen Circle for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I would have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
Lol. I wonder... no. I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either. He's the type to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyway, the tripartite conference is a gathering of three parties: the Hexen Circle, the Anemo Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and Church of Favonius. Lord Barbatos was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Is that Varka? Is he a blonde man who isn't old but isn't young either? Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course, Lumin, pass me the Dodoko communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Lol. Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka. Grandmaster. Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka, you're probably busy right now.
But considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Ah yes, well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time, lol.
Alright, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid it beneath the great tree of Windride. That seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is this?
Alice! Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
Lol. You're really gonna tease me like this. Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
You still remember the tripartite conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knight of Favonius investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexen Circle.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented? Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no. But in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Be right where? Here? As in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you have turned yourself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
We'll never see how she looks, will we?
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there. Someone waiting. You did so much for us this time, Lord Barbados. I don't even know how to thank you. Don't thank me at all, please. It makes it seem like I'm useless the rest of the time. You know that's not what I meant. An Archon has their own calculations. Who am I to question their wisdom? Okay, now you give me too much credit. I admit I'm not the most proactive Archon. You have your own hard work to thank for this result. Oh, and our friends, the Honorary Knight and Paimon, of course. Worried about Albedo's plan? I can't help it. I have full confidence in his abilities, it's just an instinctual response. But in the end, if he sets his mind to something, I know he will succeed, I trust him. That's good to hear. Na 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 na.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
It's you! Mini Turin, hey, not so loud!
Mini Turin? What are you doing here?
Another reference to an event that was timed and not everyone had to do it. Well, actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but he floated away too fast. You were there. Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I've kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
I did sneak off to the festival for a bit. Even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who is revived and brought into this world. Oh. So, yeah, technically there are two Durins now. And they can use that to their advantage, especially because this Durin doesn't come from this world. It comes from the book world. The Simulanka.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry, I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human. What?
What?
Human transmutation, so you're Albedo's intended subject. Yeah, he has been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if there is a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know this, I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin. Becoming human isn't as simple as just changing form. I know Albedo talked to me about that. He said that Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like, if I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon becoming human both sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry, no one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me he's the Cried Prince, a synthetic human, and if this works, I'll be one too. We'll be the only two of our kind in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in this world, I guess that makes us family.
Definitely! You've just gotta trust one another! Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hawkeye know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this, duty. He didn't try to stop me, just told me to get a move on then. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. Will they show us how he will look as a human? Will he look like a regular NPC? Or will he be a playable? I'm feeling a little nervous, but also kind of excited. It's a strange feeling. I've never felt anything like it. But don't worry, I can cope. I gotta do my best to stay in a good frame of mind so that Albedo's plan can succeed. I didn't know that the frame of mind affected stuff in alchemy. No. Your party configuration cannot be changed during the Hexen Circle trial. Please choose a suitable party in advance. Alice!
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
So no unspoken rules to be aware of. I don't wanna unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate.
Lol.
Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil Durin in Dragonspine.
Oh?
And I would also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexen Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Mare Jivari. Wait, what? There is an immortal monster in the Mare Jivari?
Interesting. What else?
Wait, where is Mare Jivari in Natlan? Where is it supposed to be in Natlan? Did we visit it? The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, granddaughter.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. So this is how Rhine-Daughter created her monsters? She used dragon components, especially dragon blood? That would imply that every dragon is important for the birthing process. Even if it's just blood, because there is also embryo. Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I've spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of its original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. Yeah, Durin was created in a similar way as Elenas was. They both were creations of Rhine-Daughter, and still, Elenas is dead, but we still met his spirit, and the only thing that is left of Elenas are Melusines, who are dragon Oceanid hybrid. They're like babies of Oceanids and dragons. Because of the explosion within Elena's body that killed the Oceanid that was inside, his flesh merged with her remains and created Melusines. And because there were also a lot of mechanical beings during that explosion, that explains why every Melusine has like a technical heart that is their core, their heart. So they have to, like, they need this metallic thing in them to continue living, because they're half Oceanids, half dragon, half mechanical, kinda. And this is probably the only way why Elenas is dead. The only thing left of him is his spirit, which doesn't really count as him being alive. Versus Durin, his heart is still beating. Wait. I think there was a similar thing within Elenas that looked like the heart of Durin. And it was alive. But Elenas was not a malicious monster. Maybe that's the difference. Not the way what happened inside Elenas in order to kill him, but the fact that Elenas was never a dangerous creature. It only wanted to play. He didn't realize that his play was dangerous. So when he died, his heart still stayed alive, his spirit stayed alive. He created Melusines, and he became an island. I guess if Durin was not evil, Dragonspine would be far less dangerous. Okay, so I am discarding my previous theory. The difference is the attitude between those two dragons, because in both cases there is a beating heart. I forgot about Elenas having a beating heart. I forgot that that abyssal lector, whatever, wanted to tamper with it. So the solution is to kill him, and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulanka. It was created by mages from the Hexen Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course! It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see.
It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul M had created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model called the transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart, and the monster remains from the Mergivari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. I still want to know what that monster in Mergivari is, and why it's immortal. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the hate and vitality of the monster remains will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. So that's why you need immortal monster. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
Lol. Do you see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them, and so you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
I understand. I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Lumine to come along. Wait, I'm joining you in this thing? You're not even gonna try to talk me into it. Haha, I can think of no better partner for such an endeavor.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved the spectacle and a chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Lol.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Since when Alice is your aunt, though?
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course. Are you ready? Just about.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Oh. We became smaller? It's certainly in keeping with Hexenzirkel modalities. We have been shrunken down to chess piece size.
Whoa, you're so tiny now! Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
What is it? Nothing, it's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual now. I am this size. She's always so energetic and lively, nothing can dampen her spirit. Don't worry, you'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
And Aris, I didn't realize you would be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
Over. I'm going in. Don't be scared. Yeah, witness the power of Gugwa.
Witness my great undertaking!
I'm flying!
Live! Moment of birth! Come into being!
Rain outlines your fate.
Moment of birth!
Everybody stand back! Stars, shine for me.
Moment of birth! Burst forth! Witness my great undertaking!
The night is cold.
This is more.
Moment of birth!
Not now.
Come into being!
This is more light.
Feel this ancient power!
The night is cold.
Laid bare!
Yes, this is more.
Rain outlines your fate.
Moment of birth!
My guiding stars.
Ah.
King and Queen should present a united front.
Moment of birth! Come into being!
Go in it. Not now.
Let's have a ball.
Feel this ancient power!
Ugh, it had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me. Well done, but this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
I didn't know you can do that. You okay? Well,
The trial awaits.
they look kinda cool! Can I live in their kingdom?
Only by turning the world on its head can we see its true colors. So it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to ride. So, in the spirit of Rhine-daughter, I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbalot Trismegistus, to you.
It is time to slay our foe!
Oh, Albedo, you're always so charming and delightful. Unlike my own student, she can be so full of herself.
Shitting on Mona? In front of me? Hey, I barely see anything.
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
Allow me, darling.
Did my healer just die?
Too toasty.
Burst forth. Lay to bear. Witness my great undertaking.
Come on, not now.
Moment of birth. Overruled. Live.
Symphony of cannon fire.
One blast is quite enough.
Stars, shut.
No, my soul.
Moment of birth. And now, a towering return to form. Live.
What is this?
Witness my great undertaking.
What the fuck? How dare you kill my damage dealer?
Moment of birth.
The stage is yours, my queen.
I shall take the spotlight once more.
They can heal each other? That's unfair.
Feel this ancient power.
The night is cold.
Burst forth. The final act is upon us. Feel this ancient power.
Ah. He did it without the Arlecchino.
Yes, very well done.
We did it!
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest.
Lol.
Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie?
Barbie.
You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
I want to know what was the tidal wave that killed my Arlecchino. Felt pretty good to beat the trail. Once you have rested up, let me know when you're free, and we'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed, the sooner we deal with Durin, the better. Arlecchino atado.
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time.
I guess Lisa's presence in the library was always supposed to hint that there is some magic happening there. Bum, bum, bum.
Only when it snows like this would I prefer to be at home.
It's the shiny in Inazuma there.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice. You sure? Is it warm in there?
We have arrived. Sorry, Paimon, I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me, you two. Stay on guard. Wait, now that I look at this heart, wasn't Elena's heart, though, dormant? And didn't that Abyssal Lecker need to revive it because he wanted to revive the dragon? So maybe there is a difference. Maybe Elena truly was dead, and I just forget about it. Maybe I should come back to my previous assessment.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creations, but biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons, then.
It's not so much a matter of preference. Rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human. Albeit, a unique category thereof, but then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans, in that I am the only one of my kind, but soon there will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you of his intent to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and future and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Minidurin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life, which the world cannot generate endogenously, is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say that this is just a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Pavonis. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well, enough, thank you. Oh, now it looks dormant. Now it looks like the heart Elinus that was inside Elinus. But yeah, I have to discard my previous talks again, because now that I looked at the heart, I remember that Elinus' heart looked nothing like it, and that the Abyssal Lector guy wanted to resuscitate the heart and revive the dragon. I just forgot about it.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
The Knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this heart, I will be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go.
This kind of weather is more enjoyably spent under the cover of shade.
Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt is a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom Star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on the day off.
Ad astra abyssos. Ad astra.
Wait.
Thank you for completing.
Did I just gain a level? No.
The Windbloom Festival is about to begin! Let's go check it out!
Did you hear what happened with the sky?
The sky in Natland. Oh. What happened now?
Are they talking about the sky in Natlan now? That's weird.
That's quite a crowd over there. Is some...
Hi everyone. I'm Sansa, and I'm I'm working on becoming a bard. Thanks for coming out today, and I guess I'll start the song now. All goes quiet on Starsnatch Cliff. High in the trees, all is... Oh wait, sorry, that's not right. High in the trees, no whiff of the wind, no sign of the birds, no flapping of wings. Then it goes... Pause! Pause for a moment, and... Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm making a complete mess of this. I didn't get tongue-tied at all on the 42nd time, or the 90th time. So why can't I get it right now?
The 42nd and 90th time?
Yep. I rehearsed this 100 times to try and perfect my performance. So, this is my 101st time playing this song. But my first time performing it live. I really thought it would go well this time. But nope. I blew it again. Though not for lack of practice, surely. I guess I need to figure out what I was doing right on my 42nd and 90th attempts and keep practicing.
100 rehearsals is plenty. Maybe the problem isn't the amount of practice, but something else.
Right! That amount of practice should have been more than enough. If it still isn't working, maybe it's more a question of how you've been practicing. Actually, the Traveler here has loads of experience with performing music. Why don't you tell us what your method is? Maybe we can give you some suggestions.
I'm just a hobbyist, but I can share my thoughts if you would like.
And, Paimon can give you pro tips from an audience perspective, as a highly seasoned and professional audience person.
Aw, that's so kind of you. I'm touched that you're willing to help me. Give me a second. Let me just check my notes. Or, actually, why don't I just give you my notes so you can read them for yourself?
Notes about what?
Just things I jot down after each practice. Stuff to watch out for, areas to improve on, etc. Oh, but you can ignore the second half. That's just my random thoughts on other people's performances and trying out different instruments.
The worn-out notebook records sounds of detailed reflections on her rehearsals, but the random thoughts in the second half are quite verbose. Sounds less like journaling and more like an essay or research report.
Whoa! This is denser than the encyclopedias in the Mondstadt library! So are you like a music scholar? Collector? Librarian?
Well, my parents always hoped I'd become a scholar, so they made me take classes in all of those things and more. But now, I'm applying everything I've learned in academia to becoming a bard.
That sounds logical, but feels off somehow.
Well, I'm all ears. Where do you think I'm going wrong? Have I misunderstood some core principles of music theory, perhaps? Or am I approaching my rehearsals wrong?
I'm not sure I'm qualified to answer that. Feels like your efforts are misdirected.
Paimon never knew being a bard was such hard work. The tone-deaf bard always makes it look so easy. He never seems stressed out at all. And still, his singing and lyre playing always sound really great. Unless he's actually been practicing in secret.
Looking for me, Illumine?
Venti!
Tone-deaf bard, where did you come from?
Which wind brought you here? Why, the sweet wind of reminiscence, of course. Sweet with a hint of exotic flora, blowing from a land far away.
Well, Paimon sure hasn't missed that attitude.
Actually, I was just out taking a stroll in the countryside, when inspiration struck me like an apple falling from a tree. I grabbed a leaf and hastily wrote down a few lines of verse. But before I could finish, there was a whoosh.
A whoosh?
Yes, the sound of a mischievous wind who insisted on being the first one to read my new poem. It whipped the leaf right out of my hand and whisked it away. I was about to give chase, but then I saw a dark silhouette appear and grabbed the leaf in its mouth. I sneezed a few times, and when I had recovered, my second avid reader had vanished without a trace. Now I'm having the urge to sneeze again just thinking about it.
So it must have been a cat that stole the leaf, right? And with your allergies, you can't exactly go chasing it down.
But we can help. I'll ask the cat what it thought of the poem.
I can help too, Venti. Your music has always been a huge inspiration to me, so it would be my honor. And, after we find it, could I get some advice on songwriting from you? Sorry, I know I shouldn't spring that on you. I was just worried if I stayed quiet now, I might be too shy to ask later, and I didn't want to let the opportunity slip by, so I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make this weird.
Ha! It's fine. If problems are the veins on a leaf, inspirations like the nutrients that flow through them. You've got to grab them when you can. So whatever questions you have, ask away. I'll gladly share my thoughts with you.
Wow! Really? Okay, I'll just grab my... Wait, where's my notebook? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, give me a second.
Sansa frantically flicks through to the questions page in her notebook, takes a deep breath, and explains her background and the issues she is having. I see. Well, it sounds like you have already mastered music theory and your instrument. I don't think you need my input on either of those.
Huh? But then, why did her performance go so badly despite all the effort she put in? There's gotta be a reason for it.
I guess I just lack that natural talent. Maybe I'm not meant to be a bard, huh?
Do you still remember why you wanted to become a bard in the first place?
Let me think. Maybe it was a sense of yearning. Back when my parents forced me to stay in my room and study, I'd always hear this bard singing outside the window. His wonderful melodies and beautiful voice were like a soft breeze that stirred my heart. I remember thinking to myself, if I became a bard, could I be free like him? Yeah, that's it.
I wanted to be free and happy just like him. And like him, I wanted to share that joy with the whole world. But I get so nervous when I'm performing in front of a crowd. I try to mitigate that by doing plenty of practice to make sure nothing goes wrong. But it's no use. As soon as the performance starts, I get tongue-tied.
Well, I think you are a true bard.
What? But I can't even get my words out.
Didn't you say that you dreamed of becoming a bard for the sake of freedom and happiness? A bard's voice is like the wind. Nothing can tie it down, and nothing can stand in its way. Otherwise, you wouldn't have heard that bard's voice from your bedroom where you were studying. I do believe you're a true bard, but there's too much noise in your ears, and you're allowed that to drown out your own thoughts. That's what's holding you back. Stop worrying about what other people think.
Exactly. If you really want to share freedom and joy with the world, first you need to be the freest and happiest person of them all.
Nice, Paimon. Sounds like you have the makings of a bard too.
So, I've got to be my freest, happiest self in order to share that with others. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, thank you all so much. I'll be sure to take that to heart.
Well, since we're all here, why not give it another shot with Lumine and I accompanying you on our instruments? I would be happy to.
In that case, Paimon will be the audience. Paimon is the most professional and freest audience you'll ever find. That was my first ever successful performance in front of a crowd. For once, I didn't stumble over my words. Oh, I'm so happy.
There's a cat.
Once the music started, it felt like I became one with the wind. I could roam freely, and nothing could stop me. The audience definitely felt it too. Look, even that cat came to check out the show. Wait, a cat?
Aha, it must be my second avid reader. Let's go ask it about its thoughts on my... Achoo!
Oh, Charcoal! So it was you! I'm sorry, that's my neighbor's cat. Whenever I'm rehearsing, it always comes to sit on the windowsill and listen in. What was that in its mouth? Was it the leaf with Venti's poem? Charcoal! That belongs to Venti. It's very important to him. Could you give it back? You've helped me so much. I feel bad that I have no way to repay you.
Hey, you have helped me plenty. You got my missing inspiration back, didn't you? That's a huge... Achoo! Let's ask Kitty for a critique. You liked it? Wow, not so close. Achoo! No more peeking! I haven't finished writing it yet! Ah, what a friendly feline. My friends, I hope to see you at my next performance.
Gone like the wind. I can hardly believe I got a personal lesson from Venti himself. I must find time to thank him properly. Oh, and of course, I owe you two a huge thank you as well. I can't offer much, but why don't you take this songbook? It's from back when I was studying. I noted down all kinds of tunes from many parts of the world. Maybe you'll find it useful. Oh, and as well as tunes, I also collected all kinds of instruments. You're welcome to try them out anytime you want. It'll be great to have another musician to trade tips with. Awesome! We'll definitely take you up on that.
I feel like it was not part of the quest I was doing. Yeah, this is the... something completely else. I just was attacked by this quest. Even though there's focused experience mode active. La 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 la. As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insight played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Let us give a round of applause to this year's Windbloom Star, Venti the Bard.
Wow!
Amazing!
Venti!
I guess staying anonymous is not something Venti is good at. Huh? No way you're really gonna pick me. Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright. Does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they will be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you would like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. In that case, let me swap out the speech for song. Everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away, gather around, and lend me your ears. He's not singing. I heard we exercise the prayer of formation. He's using Mondstadt as a huge circle? Ubiquitous earth, flowing water, refining fire, fortifying wind. Traverse the 18th worldly and 20th passage. Emergent soul, enter the mortal realm. Elevate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. All sages, witness my grand endeavor. So he used fireworks as a distraction, and used Mondstadt as a huge alchemical circle? How was it? Not bad, right? He is playable, I bet. But he still has wings and horns. Well, I guess in Mondstadt it wouldn't be weird.
How did everything go?
Very smooth, I would say. We achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Correct, however, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we have accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
My master and mother, Gold Rhindottir. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance, to find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time, I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting alive. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So, for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves!
Being alive is just exciting, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the echoes a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed this far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She is highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds, and now I'm a gardener too. As long as you feel like you have gained something from the experience. Master never showed her face, but if the Hexenzirkel knows what I've done, it means she knows as well and gave her approval. Since devouring Naberius, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. What is Naberius? And if so, then I'm truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know.
Devouring Naberius? What's Naberius?
Exactly my thought. It's the name of the ruler of life. She ate a shade! We knew about Istarov and Ronova, and I will learn about the ruler of life, the shade of life, Naberius. Also, the name is weird because it reminds me of nabbing something. It was eaten by her.
What?
Aunt Alice told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is this: Naberius is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Naberius are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course, that's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report!
Thank you, I will get going.
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot! the Wimblum star has already been chosen, what is this year's Wimblum gonna be?
Wanna take a guess?
Venti! You're back!
Well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom now, could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? It's quite fitting. The true feeling of the prodigal son, a sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze, perfect for the season. Lumin, give me your hand, huh? The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. The Hexen Circle wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow! A gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you're probably the only person who could make use of something like this. But I suppose it belongs with you. Alright, thanks. Oh well, all I did was deliver it. Although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal, I suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Really? I'll hold you to that, you know. No going back on your word.
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival was made for me or something. It was? When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Through shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Just wistfulness waned and faded into night as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. Guess I accomplished what I wanted. There's 12 days for doing the overnight fantasy land. Yeah. I didn't plan to stream longer than the Archon Quest. I just planned to stream enough to finish Archon Quest. Also, my avatar seems to work worse with Genshin recently. The moment I am in the regular game world, my avatar starts working poorly. I guess CPU can't handle rendering both at the same time. I can't really do much about that. Anyway, let's see who I can raid, and that will be all for today. La, la, la. My computer is really moving slowly. Everything is kinda laggy because of Genshin. Maybe it's my dying fan. I have two of them, so one of them is kinda dying. Okay. Thank you for dropping by. See you tomorrow, I guess. I think it will be feasible. Anyway, we'll be now ready. Practice. So say hi to Practice for me and that's all. Bye bye. Have fun. Nice day.